the second video didn't have any, the sound was there, but the sound completely overpowered me. And that's because one of the songs in here is pretty loud. I'm actually going to bring it down a bit because I don't mind if you can't hear it too well right now. So, let's continue. Well, come on. We had better get moving. I already wasted most of the morning looking for you. We have a lot of ground to cover today. But what about... Squishy will be just fine. Come on, Levar. Do you need me to carry you? No. Good, because I'm sure I will have to later. I can walk. Don't worry about me. Nothing was said for probably the first hour as they walked together. The sky slowly started to grow dark as the rains in the distance started to move in. The rainy season was here. Finally, Levar was the first to speak up. Where are we going, Randon? The lion sighed and looked down at his little brother. I have already told you, Levar. We are going to our new home. But we already have a home. And what if Mother comes back? She won't be coming back for us, Levar. How do you know that? Look, just don't worry about her. Our life is going to be different now. Well, what about Squishy? Can't she come with us too? No, she will be better off in the tree, Levar. And happier too. Silence once again came over the two brothers as they walked together through the grass, heading off to an unseeable destination. Levar hated the thought of leaving Squishy behind like this. He did not really even get to tell her goodbye. Being the only cub his age in a small family, Squishy was the only friend he really had up to this point. From the moment his eyes were open till now, Squishy and Randon were probably the closest animals Levar had been with. With the death of his father, there had been much danger in the area. Any male looking to take over their small pride would surely kill Randon and Levar if they were to stay. Their only hope was to join another pride that Randon had heard about. So where are we going? It better not be too far. My paws are already sore. We will make it there in time for sunset. Will there be cubs my age there? From what I was told, the king has a couple of sons, and the pride has a few cubs around your age. You can make some real friends. Not that Squishy was not a real friend. But you need some lion friends too. I'm sure you will like them. The day went on and the two continued to walk, only stopping to drink. For much of the walk, Randon carried Levar. This was much preferred to both of them. There was no need for more awkward conversation while he was being carried. Just as Randon had promised, they were arriving just as the sun had dipped below the horizon and the land was filling up with the black darkness of night. We made it. I need you to wait here and stay hidden while I'm gone. If you feel threatened where you are, I want you to climb that tree over there. It should not be too hard to climb. If you are scared, you will find a way. Can you do that? Do not go anywhere else other than that tree or by this rock. If the king does not welcome us, we will need to make a quick escape, and I need to know where you are. Levar walked over by the rock and lowered himself next to it. He was very tired and not in the mood to argue. He just wanted to get somewhere safe so he could finally sleep. He watched as his brother disappeared through the tall grass in the area. He let out a sigh as he started to close his eyes, listening to the silence of the night. It seemed way too quiet. Where he lived, there was always some sort of noise, though even the crickets seemed quiet tonight. A rustling in the tall grass near him caught Levar's attention. His eyes flashed open and he looked towards the noise. Nothing. Silence once again. As his eyes closed, he heard what he sure was some whispering. This time he knew something was going on. He got up to his feet with some newfound energy and looked around, trying to see if there was any sign of what was around him, his heart racing. Squishy? He whispered the name of his friend, but there was no reply, not even a sound. Levar looked around for his brother. He knew he should not leave, but what if something was going to get him? Should he check it out? And in the original and in this one, we're going to do check out the noise. Levar got up from his spot. There was no way he could relax without knowing what was out there. What if something had come to get him? What if it was the king, and he found Levar? Surely sneaking over to get a closer look would not hurt too much. As he approached the area with the noise, Levar was suddenly hit on the back with a big thud, sending him face first into the dirt. Ah! Levar spun around to see another cub at his back. His claws extended, he swatted at the cub across the face as hard as he could. He was much quicker than he or the cub could anticipate, cutting the cub's face as he went. Though this only stopped the cub for a moment, he was probably much more skilled than Levar was at fighting, and if he did not think quickly, this may not end well for him. Levar threw himself at the other cub, teeth bared and hair risen. As long as he kept at him, the cub would not be able to throw in another strike of his own. Standing on his hind legs, the cub pushed at Levar to stop his advances on him. Levar acted quickly, standing up to counter the advantage the cub had gotten on him. The two glared at each other. With only the slightest twitch in Levar's eyes, the cub went for his neck. His paws went to the strange cub's chest, and he pushed as hard as he could, pushing the cub backwards onto the ground. Ah! Levar growled as the force pushed him back. He felt a sharp pain in his upper arm. As he lifted himself from the dirt, he noticed he was bleeding. His eyes flashed towards the other cub as he growled. No one had ever cut him before, and he was not too happy. What's going on over here? Your Highness, you're bleeding. It is nothing. I just startled him. The other cub slowly got up to his feet, blinking several times from the blood that ran down his face into his eye. A larger, stronger cub approached Levar, his claws out and ready to strike him. You dare draw the blood of my younger brother? Do you know the crime you have just committed? I'm bleeding too. Levar sat up. He did not flinch or cower as the cub approached him. Yeah, but who are you? A nobody. Just you wait until our father hears about this. You will be in big trouble. I believe the penalty for drawing blood to a royal is death, Your Highness. So more bloodshed? The older prince just glared at Levar with his comment. His presence was very dominant with the strange group of cubs. We will have to wait and see, but I assure you, our father will not be too pleased with someone hurting his son the way you did. Even his least favorite son. He hurt me too. If he didn't just jump out of nowhere. Get out of my sight before I do worse to you. Levar limped over towards the rock and sat down, glaring over at the cubs. Whatever, I'm waiting for my brother to get here. What's going on here? Everyone turned to see the larger adolescent lion approaching the little group of cubs. Your brother here just provided my younger brother, the prince, with a lovely cut to his face. We were just discussing how my father will feel about that when we get home. The larger cub walked over to his younger brother and licked his face where the cut was before looking him over. Come on, Zane, let's get you home. Randon approached Levar as the cubs walked off into the distance. Great, I leave you alone for a few minutes, Levar, and you managed to get into a fight with one of the princes of your new pride. He cut me too. He jumped out at me. What was I supposed to do? It was an accident. Randon sighed and turned away from Levar. Come on, I will talk to the king. But for now we are allowed to stay here. Just stop getting into trouble. As they arrived at their new home, the king was already there to greet them. He was much larger than Levar and quite a dominant presence. Makoba, you guys out late at night again? You know better than that. Get in the den. Your mother and I were worried sick. The cubs all went into the den. The king's eyes fell upon his youngest and he stopped him. What is this on your face? What happened to you? It is nothing, Dad, just a little scratch. A scratch that will appear on your face for the rest of your life. Who did this to you? Without even Zane's cue of turning to look at Levar, his eyes instantly went to Randon and his brother. You there, the one looking to join my pride. Do you know what happened to my son? Levar hid behind Randon in hopes this would end. It was an accident, sire. He startled my brother and it just sort of happened. What is his name? Levar. The king turned to look right into Levar's eyes. Levar, is it? Levar could hardly move, but was able to nod his head slightly. You're sleeping outside the den tonight. The king stood back up tall and turned and walked back into the den. What? It was an accident. He hurt me too. Levar tried to plead his case to his brother. Levar, just accept it. You're lucky he let you live. That is crazy and highly unfair. He snuck up on me. I was just defending myself. This is not right. Why are you okay with this? Why do we have to stay somewhere that would do this to me? Randon had been looking around the area as if he had lost something, searching and not paying very much attention to what Levar was saying. What are you doing? I'm looking for a safe area for us to sleep tonight. You're staying out here with me? Of course, you are my brother. But he didn't say you had to stay out here too. I'm not leaving my brother to be eaten by a hyena. Come on, I think I see a smaller cave around the back. The two made their way to a cave at the back, not nearly as big as the family cave, but it would work for a couple of lions. Not as protected from the wind, but it would stop any rain. This will do just nicely, I think. I wonder if the king even knows this is here. Levar happily pranced into the cave. He probably does, but come on. It has been a long night. Let's get some rest. What if there is a secret cave within this cave? This can be our little secret hideout. We will have to check it out sometime, but for now let's get some rest. Morning will come soon enough. Levar could not contain his excitement of this new cave, but finally he settled down and went to sleep beside his brother to keep him warm, dreaming of the adventures he would have as a lone lion in this cave of his own. Okay, I'm going to pause here. I went a little longer, so the next video when it starts tomorrow, it's going to kind of start sort of in the middle of a previous video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this so far, and yeah, make sure you watch tomorrow's to continue the story with Levar and see what happens in this new family. See you then. Bye-bye!